Thanks a lot for calling me. I have a very probably elementary question on the law of attraction. And that is, suppose somebody has closed the gap. They are happy with what they have. They are looking forward to what they desire. And always basically in the positive energy realm. Now, for a person like that, is it possible that, quote, bad surprises will happen? Will they ever get sick? Will they ever have accidents? Will they ever lose a dear relationship or their money? Or is that just not possible for such a person?
Well, you came forth knowing that you would benefit by contrast. So the contrast does help the expansion. And the expansion is something that is adored. So then you're saying, is it possible to come forth, live enough contrast that you put some things in vibrational escrow, and then line up with that and never experience contrast again?
Or bad surprises.
Well, here's the thing about surprises. If you begin to notice that what you think and what you feel and what manifests match, then you have this pre-manifestational awareness. So you can head it off before it actually manifests. But if you're unaware that what you think and what you say and what you feel and what manifests always match, then you could feel like it came out of the blue. Mm-hmm. No surprises come. There is no injustice anywhere in this universe because nobody ever lives anything that they are not a vibrational match to. But sometimes they are a vibrational match to things that they don't mean to be a vibrational match to because they're offering thoughts without using their guidance. That's what we meant earlier when we said quantify your journey by caring about how you feel. And any other form of guidance doesn't work.
So basically, reversing the question, if somebody, let's say, had an accident of some sort, that would mean that they would have had a negative thought in the relatively recent
not
past.
one negative thought, enough negative thoughts that they had actually activated a vibration that was strong enough that they actually kept their well-being from happening. Well-being is the natural thing that's happening to you. And when something other than well-being happens, it means you've been thinking those thoughts or doing that thing and holding yourself apart from your well-being long enough. Every single thing that happens, if you stop and you reach for things that you have been thinking and feeling that match that, you can always find them, and you can always find plenty of them, because by the time it manifests, you've built up quite an arsenal of resistant thoughts. And even with people you know up close, in other words, don't you see things happen to people, and don't you say that doesn't really surprise me given the mood and attitude and conversation I've been hearing? But when you hear it from a television program, for example, and you aren't privy to up close and personal awareness of what their attitudes and moods were, and the media is giving you their representation of it, and they don't know about law of attraction, then you begin to get distorted views. And if you're learning how life works from watching television or from movies, then we can see how you would say things come out of the blue, but in real life they never ever do. So then the next obvious question is, well, what about the babies? What about the little ones who aren't talking yet? And we say, just because they're not offering vocabulary doesn't mean they're not offering vibration, just like your beasts. They're offering plenty of vibration, and law of attraction is responding to that vibration. They learned to vibrate even when they were in their mother's womb. They learned their vibration from the environment around them. In other words, you teach through your vibration more than you do through your words and actions.
So also with babies, just to continue, do they come in with a certain intention?
They do. All of you do. Esther said in the beginning, Abraham, I don't think that's right, or I would have been born in Malibu. Or someone will be having a particularly troubled life, and they will say, I'm certain I would have not chosen these parents or these circumstances. And we say, you have to remember that when you made the decision to come forth, you felt invincible, and you were eager about the contrast because you knew that the contrast would give birth to powerful rockets of desire. And you knew about your guidance, so you knew anything that you desired, you knew you could start anywhere. In other words, that's the knowledge of this worthy, invincible feeling, non-physical energy being that you were coming in. You knew you could start anywhere and put your boat in the stream anywhere because you knew the stream was moving toward who you really are, and you knew that you had guidance that would help you to go there, so you were not worried about it. In the same way that if you were a really good tennis player, you would not be looking to play tennis with people that you could beat every time. You'd be looking for someone who would evoke a better game from you. And that's the way you felt coming forth into this life experience. You were looking for experiences that would evoke an evolved, improved game from you, because you knew that once that happened, that you could turn and go with it. You knew from your non-physical perspective that you'll never get it done and that you cannot get it wrong. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. So you were eager to come forth. But we do want to clarify that you had these vibrational intentions. It would be like saying, your intention being, I want to feel fulfilled. And then you come into an environment that is chaotic, but you cannot really feel fulfilled until the chaos causes you to identify what you want and you line up with it. So sometimes as we explain this, we feel you getting the impression that stronger contrast would be a better choice because it would make the source part of you bigger and better faster, and then when you line up with it you would have a more triumphant experience. And that is not what we mean to convey, because contrast, whether you know what you don't want, which you know what you do want and you line up with it, and you know what you don't want and you know what you do want and you line up with it, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want and you line up with it. That's a nice way to live. When you really know what you don't want and you really know what you do want, it's more of a struggle. But when you line up with that, then you have a faster ride. So you get to choose. It's sort of like when you get really, 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 really hungry, don't you really enjoy your meal? But if you're eating all day, all day, all day, all day, then you don't enjoy it quite as much. Well, you get to choose all of that. You have the free will to choose all of that.
That actually leads me to another question, and that is, I have several. That is, you talked about the stream and the river and the flow. What exactly causes it to flow faster or slower?
It's a wonderful question. So you come forth. Contrast causes you to ask. The source energy part of you becomes what you've asked for, and law of attraction responds to that powerful, evolved version of you. Law of attraction responding to that powerful, evolved version of you is what gives that sensation of that current flowing.
So is it the more you ask, the faster the current? Is that
precisely?
Okay.
And then back that up. The more contrast you live, the more you ask. The more you ask, the faster your stream moves. The faster your stream moves, the more it behooves you to move in the direction of the stream. Woman sat in the chair one day. She came from the back of the room. We didn't see her all morning. After lunch, she lighted right up in the corner. She had lunch with her children. And now she is all full of herself. And so she was the first one we called to the chair. She said, my children have sent me with a question. We said, we know. Her question from her child is, why are grown-ups so grumpy? And we said, because the longer you live, the more you ask. The more you ask, the faster your stream moves. The faster your stream moves and you don't move with it, the worse it feels. You see, so the longer you live in this physical form, especially, the faster your stream moves. The faster your stream moves, then the more you can feel. In other words, a car that's going 100 miles an hour and hits a tree, much bigger problem than a car that's going 5 miles an hour and hits a tree. So what happens is the longer you live life, the faster your stream moves. But if you hold to those old beliefs that are resistant in nature, then the faster moving stream with those old resistant beliefs causes more and more discomfort. That's why people decline as they move through time. You don't have to. You do not have to decline as you move through time. As you move through time, your stream moves faster. If you move with your stream, you thrive as you move through time.
So that actually ties into another question. It's amazing, because it's the question was basically, as you grow older, you know, most people decay, get sick, have pains and aches, and eventually die.
Because the longer they live, the more thoughts they find that are contradictory to who they are.
So if you keep in alignment, then you can grow old sort of gracefully, have a flexible, healthy body.
Joyfully,
and
yes.
then whenever you decide to leave.
Lucid mind, happy, eager, passionate. Yes. Yes.
Great.
Nice to know.
Thank you.
Good time for a segment of lunch.
Thanks a lot.
We are complete. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It really is co-creating at its best. We want you to feel us when we say that all of the things that you want are not only possible, but they are there and waiting for you to find your vibrational alignment with them. You are deserving of wonderful things, and you are powerful energies who have come forth with specific intent of exploring contrast and coming up with new ideas. And when your new ideas hurt you, something is screwy. And when your new ideas call you, everything's just right. But you are the only one who can make that difference. In other words, you have to find a way to make peace enough with where you are that you let yourself turn in the direction of those things that you are so deserving of. All of the resources of Source are at your disposal. And this is not a limp thing that is happening. In other words, creation, who you are, leading edge creators, you're not out here floating nebulously. You're not on your own. You are not being tried or tested. You are an integral part of an expanding universe. And you have resources at your disposal that you have not up to now utilized as effectively as you can. We love this story of the stream because while analogies are never perfect, this is the best analogy that we have found to help you to realize that there is a current flowing and that it is flowing in the direction of that which is the newly evolved, newly expanded you. And we want to remind you that no matter what's going on in your experience, if you're not letting yourself in any moment in time move in the direction of that which you have become, you don't feel good. That's what life is about. In other words, everything that you are living or anyone else that you know is living is all about coming up to agreement with the expanded version of you. You are Source in a physical body. But the Source within you, because of your exposure in this body, has evolved to a place that you might not yet let yourself be. And when you don't, you can feel it. And when you do, you can feel it. So let the fun begin. Lighten up. Be easier about this. Your worthiness is not an issue. Your understanding of it might be. Your ability to be or do or have anything is not an issue. Your belief that you can be it or do it or have it might be. So let yourself train yourself little by little into better feeling thoughts. And as you do that, as you become more of a lover, as you become more of a praiser, as you are a little more optimistic than pessimistic, as you are leaning a little more to what feels good, life's just going to get better and better and better for you. If you could see your vibrational escrow in the way that we do, it's like all this stuff's lined up outside your door, and you are now just opening the door. And as you open the door, an avalanche of good things will flow in. And your life experience will cause you to keep throwing more things forward into your vibrational escrow. That's just what eternal creators do. We are appreciating your willingness to expose yourself to the contrast because the universe's expansion is dependent upon you doing just that. And you're fulfilling that promise to all of us and to yourself in a very powerful way. And we are keeping our promise to you by coming forth in response to your request and reminding you of who you are and reminding you of the stream. Because you knew that as you came forth that you might be caught up in the contrast and that you might lose your way temporarily. And we've come forth to remind you how to quantify your journey, and now you know. So have fun with it. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are joyously and eternally incomplete.